Hey guys, it's Extreme 3D, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a 3D printed gamepad using conductive filament and a Makey Makey. Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how I created the gamepad that I just showed you that I was playing with. It took me a little bit of time to get down, and I had so much fun designing and making this. So I'm going to show you how I did this, and once you print it, what you have to do, and I'm going to show you some settings that you have to use. So let's get into it. So I'm going to show you guys a close-up of me describing this to you guys and how I did it. Then I'm going to show you how I used a Makey Makey with it, and I'll hook it all up, and then I'll show you some gameplay with this. So yeah, let's get to it. So I'm first just going to show you guys the actual Makey Makey. So this is how I bought it, and it came with this really cool tin. And anyways, inside, this is just tin foil for the project. But so the first thing you get is this cord, and I'm not sure if this is a micro USB. Feel free to correct me in the comments below. But it's this type of connector. Then you get a bunch of alligator clips. And then you get the Makey Makey. So I'm going to describe this to you guys. As you can see, it does look pretty similar to what I've designed, but I'll show you where these things differ in a few seconds. So this is basically a little board, and it allows you to hook up little alligator clips to it, and it has earth or ground right here, and then these are the little capacitive buttons that you'd press or hook up alligator clips to. Once one of these buttons makes contact with ground, then it completes the circuit, and then it triggers that button. So this would be the up button, then there's down, there's right, and then there's left, and then there's space and click. And this you plug into your computer, so you'd plug it in here, and then you'd plug the USB into your computer, and it acts as a keyboard. So that is how you work this thing. And then on the back, you can do different a lot of other things, which is pretty cool. So you can do W, A, S, D, F, G. You can do a lot of other cool stuff. So I'm going to show you what I designed now and the different revisions I made. Okay, so this is what I designed. I first drew it out, and this is what I planned on having. So here was the actual gamepad, and I was planning on laying it out in a similar manner that the Makey Makey was laid out. So you can see it's basically the same thing. So I planned on having little traces going inside like this underneath each button, and then there'd be little things jabbing out on the sides that you'd clip the alligator clips onto. So my first print, I have a lot of them, but my first one was this. And as you can see, this failed. There are no traces on the inside because I configured the print file wrong. And it just looks horrible. The infill was super low because I wanted to save filament, but I shouldn't have done that. And as you can see, it was just a complete fail. So now, here is the second print. And this was much better because you can actually see the traces this time. And there's more infill. The only problem was it wasn't conductive at all, because this filament, I'm using Protopasta conductive filament, and it's not the most conductive filament in the world. So it barely, whenever I pressed on this, it barely gets some signal. There's some, it barely conduct, and I'd barely get any signal from the computer, from this thing, so it didn't really work at all. So I decided on making the traces much thinner, and as you can see, you don't really see the traces as much, or I mean, you don't see them as much here. Let me focus it. So you don't see it as much here as you do there, because these are much thicker, and then these are much thinner. So I changed that, and this was working really well, except for the fact that these are super weak and you can just rip them off, like I just did now. So I eventually came up with this, and this was the final version. And you can't really see it because it's solid color. You can kind of see the back right there. But what I did is I have the same thickness of the traces, except at the end I made it thicker at the end so that it's much stronger, but it still conducts really well, and I'm going to show you an example of me using this now. But first I'm going to show you how you can wire this controller up to your Makey Makey and to your computer. So let's get to it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can wire this thing up to this and to your computer. So here I have Super Mario Bros. For Makey Makey, and I'm just going to move this to the side, and I'm going to show you how to wire this up. It's fairly simple. So what you want to do is you first want to take one alligator clip, and you just plug it in to whatever slot you want, because this can be used with anything really. It could be W, it could be whatever. So for the top button, you just clip it on to the little tab that is right on top of it. However, for the bottom one, it's going to be the tab all the way to the right here, because I had to have it go like that. So you're first going to do that. Now for the left button, you'll clip that into the left slot, and then you will clip it onto the tab right above it. There we go. So now you have two of those. Then you'll take another alligator clip, and now you'll put it on the right button, and then you put it on the tab right above the right button. And then we'll do the last one, which is the bottom button, and you'll put it on to the tab that is all the way to the right. Now, here we have space and click. For the demonstration purposes, I'm going to be using this layout because I'm going to be playing Super Mario Bros. And I need all of these buttons. So what we're going to do is for space, we're going to take the space button and just put it on the tab that's right above this left button right here. Then for the click button, we are going to be taking the alligator clip, putting it on here, and then attaching it to the tab right above the right button. So now this is all wired up. However, there's still one more thing we need to do. We have to connect to ground. And I didn't have any buttons for this because you have to be touching this at all times. So I just decided to clip this to ground, and then I have a piece of tin foil that you can just place around your wrist. And it's not the most conductive thing in the world, but it will do. And then once you clip, and then you just clip it on to your wrist like that. And then if it's not, and then you can just tighten it like that. So now we are all wired up. The only thing left to do is to plug this into the computer. So we will plug this in, and then you find a USB port and you plug it in to your computer, and you will see that it lights up. So now we should be able to play Super Mario Bros. But first, I just want to show you that the buttons are at least responsive. So I will zoom in on this right now, and I'll show you what happens when you press a button. So I know this is going to be hard to see, but as you can see, whenever I press this button, there's a light in the back. And it does this for every button. It's kind of hard to see, but now we know it's working. So now we can play the game. So let's play it. Okay, so let's play. Please forgive me, I'm not that good at this. But it works. There we go. Oh no. How are you supposed to get across there? Oh no. Yeah, but I'm super happy with how this turned out. And yeah, I hope you guys make this project. It was super fun. And if you have a Makey Makey conductive filament, I'd advise you guys to make this, because this is a really great project. And I think it's super cool. You can find the files on my Thingiverse page. I'll have the link down below. Like always, if you've enjoyed my videos, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. And stick around for more videos, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.